Hello, lovely witches. This is Dawn from Aurora Dawn. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel. I wanted to talk about wands because it's one of my favorite things about magic, one of my magical tools that I like a lot. And I find that not very many witches really talk about them, or that I've come across anyway, that actually use them. So I wanted to just kind of talk about what I've got and how I use them. Okay, so first, the idea of a wand is that you have your energy flowing through you with the intention of what you want to manifest, and it goes into your palm, and you hold your wand, and it magnifies and shoots it towards whatever, the universe or the sigil or the spell that you're working on, and it just puts concentrated energy into what you're working on in order to help it manifest. Okay, so that's my understanding. If you have a different understanding, I would love to hear from you. So in the comments below, please let me know how you view the wand, especially if it's different than how I use it. Okay. So the first one I want to talk about is the selenite or selenite. I'm not sure. I've heard it both ways. So it's basically salt, and it's very attuned to the moon. And I have used this in healing. I've heard other people use it for healing. I have this issue with my colon, transverse colon. It sometimes gets very uncomfortable. I'm always bloated. It's part of menopause. I'm still trying to learn how to balance that out. I've got some new information. I'm going to work on that. And I will make a video about what I discover, okay? But every once in a while, it feels uncomfortable in that transverse colon. That's the colon, that part of the colon that goes across the middle. And so one day I just said, you know what, let's see what this can do. And I pointed it to the spot that was uncomfortable. And within a minute, that uncomfortable feeling was gone. Now I tried it again the next day to maybe get more healing towards that, because there's an issue there, and it's related to estrogen and the whole cortisol and thyroid and blah blah blah. Everything's all interconnected, and it all goes to hell. But there's a way to balance it, and I haven't quite got it because everybody's different. You got to work with your body. So anyway, I tried it again to maybe get further healing, and couldn't do it. But that's my pattern, though. I try something new, it works fabulously. I try it again. It's like, I don't know. That's why I went down the road of a spirit attachment. Some spirit is maybe attached to it that's aggravating the issue, and I'll use something like this, and it'll go away, but then it'll come back, and it'll make adjustments to prevent this from working. Okay. So I don't know. I don't fully understand it, but there you go. This one, I think it's just Milky Quartz. It's spiral. It's cut in a little bit of a spiral. I honestly have not used it. I've had it forever and have not used it. That's one of my bad things. But I do want to use it, and maybe it's a matter. A lot of times it's just a matter of sitting with it, and sometimes it says, you know what, you don't need this, give it away. So I'm going to sit with it, find out, what do I need this for? Do I need it? Maybe it's time to let it go and pass it on to somebody else. Okay? But I found that it's very interesting that it's short, because a lot of wands, they tell you it needs to be the length of your hand to the crook of your elbow. And whenever somebody says it has to be, I think, yeah, right. Okay, so it's whatever's comfortable for you, whatever works for you. If you pick up a short wand and you go, hey, this is really cool, I like this, use it, get it, and use it. Okay, next. This is from a company called, oh, you can't read it. Stupid thing's backwards. I'll show you. It's Alevans. They're on the internet. I bought this over the internet. Master Wand Makers. Okay. So this is my favorite. I love this one. This is made out of ebony wood, and it has a nice little handle. Feels very comfortable. And I use this for my rituals well, one thing I do is I'll use a bowl, because I don't have a cauldron, not yet, I'm working on it. I do have a brass bowl thing, container that I burn stuff in, but I don't have like a cast iron cauldron, not yet, but I'm working on it. So I'll use a bowl and I'll go tap it, 1, 2, 3. This bowl, a cauldron B, and then going in a circle to ramp up the energy of the bowl that is now being considered a cauldron. And so then I can mix my stuff in it and use it for all sorts of different things. You can make pour hot water in it and put herbs in it and steam. You can do that, and I use the wand, my wand, to put intention in it. Another way I use this is with this black bowl. I put water in it, an essential oil of sage, and a little black salt mixed in. And I do a shadow, it's basically shadow work, where I have a list of my subconscious beliefs that get triggered on and off. And I just want to deal with them. I want to bring them to the surface and heal them, bring any energy, because if I forget about them and don't deal with them and don't remember them, they will be triggered subconsciously, and I'll be, going batshit crazy. And I don't know why, because I'm not conscious. I've gone unconscious, and my subconscious programming is taken over. So when I do this, I bring them to the surface and I remind myself these can get triggered. And if I don't stay conscious, then I'm not going to be able to control my behavior, or at least not very well. So what I do is, in a meditative state, I point my wand to my head, my third eye, if you will, and I pull out each one of those toxic beliefs and I drop it into the bowl. And I spend a moment in healing. Usually I cry. I cry a lot because it brings up a lot of pain, and I'm releasing, So when I go unconscious, those beliefs kind of kick in sometimes without me being conscious of it, and it can build up a lot of emotional baggage or energy, like static cling. Static energy, and you touch a doorknob, and it releases, right? It discharges. So that's what this little ritual that I do, what it does is helps me to discharge all of that energy that those beliefs have been charging up inside of me. Okay, so that's and it's just directing energy. I am wanting to end a spell. So I'm going through my incantation. I put everything together, and the candles are burning and stuff like that. And I'm raising the energy up, and then I release it, pow, with the wand. So that's how I use this wand. Okay. Okay. So this next wand is handmade, and a friend of mine gave it to me. Has a nice handle, very, very nice, and it's relatively straight. You want it to be relatively straight. Too sharp of a turn can, just like in water going through a pipe, if you have a sharp turn, the water has to slow down to get around that curve. So the same thing with energy. You want to be straight so that it doesn't have to struggle to make the curves, so to speak. Okay, so this wand is made out of wood. This one is made out of wood. The selenite is, or selenite, is made out of selenite, and the other one is Milky Quartz. So these are natural materials, and I want to make a comment here about the element that wands are corresponding to. For me, knives, blades are forged in fire. So for me, blades correspond to the element of fire. Now, I know the tarot cards are different, that blades are air, correspond to air, and that's fine. If that works for you, that's great. I cannot get my head around the fact that you forge steel in fire, in heat. Okay, so this is wood. This one is wood. So fire would burn wood. So to me, it's more logical to have this correspond to with air. Okay, I'm choppy. So so this is corresponds with air to me. All right. So then what I do with this is this wand is use it for dream work, and I'll show you what I do. And I stumbled across this. I got this idea from Joshua P. Warren. He's a paranormal investigator, and he has a laboratory, so he uses science to investigate paranormal ghosty stuff. It's very, very cool. And he also has wishing machines, which you ought to check out. Very interesting, very cool. I made one for myself a long time ago out of cardboard and these knobs and different things. But and you can make it for yourself, or you can buy one of his, which is got a lot more spiritual type stuff going on inside of it than the one that I put together. But anyway, he came across something that you can add to your wand that increases the power and energy of your wand by using orgone. And if you're not familiar with orgone, it's just like chi energy. It's everywhere, and it's just a matter of harnessing it and using it. So wood, you want to start with wood, regardless of what other wands you've got. Start with wood. Okay, so that's your bottom. This is aluminum foil. So wrap the aluminum foil, and as you can see, this has been well used. Wrap the aluminum foil around your wand, so you have wood, metal, and then cotton, which is a natural fabric, natural material, and wrap that around your wand. Okay, like that. And you can put a rubber band around it, or if you want, to keep it from uncurling. And then you hold on to the end, and you put the other end to your third eye. And I did this, I do this quite often because it feels really cool. But you do this for a few minutes. The first time I did this, it felt like my third eye turned to jelly and my wand was going inside my head. It's very, very weird. He says that if you do this right, if you have the right layers, this will do that. And so I did that, and I spent about 5 minutes like this, and then went to bed. And I had incredible dreams. Incredible dreams. And so I use this as to induce dreams. Okay, so that is my little secret to empowering your wand. Now I want to start using it a little bit more, wrapping it like this, and use it in my rituals and see what happens. I love to experiment because then, sometimes I don't know what's going to happen. And there's something I learned from Raymond Grace, RaymonGrace. He's into dowsing. He teaches dowsing. He's a master at it. Something he says quite often is, I don't know that it can't work, or I don't know that it won't work. Then I know it's double negative, but it's basically the idea is a childlike view of what you're doing, that, you know, why can't this work? There shouldn't be any reason why, and there isn't. It's just your belief in it. So I wanted to give you that information because I thought it was very cool and very empowering, and hopefully it'll help you like it's helped me. And like I said, I'm going to experiment with it. Maybe I'll make another video about it. Okay, so that's it. That's my wands. I don't have a large collection, but these are the ones that I work with, except for that one, which I'm going to have to sit with and decide whether it's, you know, I need to keep it or move on. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your comments. And as usual, do something today that makes you feel good and brings you joy. I love you all. And until next time, blessed be.